What's going on, everybody? Glad you came and checked this video out. Stu here. Obviously, I'm going to rep my team every chance I get. So this video, I decided we're going to do the top 8 things that you should check on your car before you get on the road this holiday season. I know 1,000 people do it. I'm going to do it my way. So let's get into it. Top 8 things that you should check your vehicle for before you get on the highway. That's what we're going to do. Let's get into it right now. Do I need any music? Okay, so I'm going to put some music right here. Okay. All right. Oh. Hey. I really hope when I finish editing this, the music goes with my movement. If not, oh well. We finna get into it, baby. Let's do it right now. If this is your first time, this is step number 1. Have an adult beverage of choice on standby. Now, if you're a pro, skip to number 2. So number 2 on my list, obviously, would be to check your tires. Let's do 2 and 3. Let's say check your tires and your brakes. So with your tires, you want to make sure that there are no nails, obviously, as much as you can tell. You want to make sure that there's no cuts. Mainly, you want to make sure that you have plenty of traction or plenty of meat on your tires. Now, these are low profile tires, and these are fairly new. So as you can see, I have plenty of meat, plenty of tread on there. Also, when it comes to your brake pads, you want to make sure that when you're driving, you don't hear any squealing. It's not a bad idea to grab some brake clean and spray your calipers and your brake pads down before you go. Spraying brake clean would just get rid of any brake dust and debris that may be back there. Never a bad idea. So let's do 2 and 3. Tires and brakes. Of course, as you can see, I changed my tires before I changed my brake pads, but I have these new brake pads. I've had them on there for about 6 months, and the tires about 5 months. Next up, number 4, we want to check our battery. Okay. Now, when it comes to checking our battery, very simple. Obviously, when we start the car up, we want to make sure that we don't hear any hesitation, but we also want to make sure that there are no rust issues as far as your battery terminals. You want to make sure that they're on tightly. And after we do that, we would like to go and check over our fluids. Now, you want to check your brake fluid. Okay. You want to make sure that you have plenty of antifreeze in your radiator. Make sure that you are at the minimum maximum for your antifreeze. You also want to come over and check your windshield wiper fluid. Okay. Now, if you have an oil separator, when you change your oil, you want to make sure that you empty that out when you change your oil. Because obviously when you go to the dealership, they don't change that for you. So you want to make sure that that is done. You also want to make sure that your oil, checking your oil via your dipstick, making sure that you have plenty of oil. Now, of course, because I just had an oil change, and you saw my video, you know that I've already had an oil change. So everything is in order. New air filter, new cabin air filter. Everything is good right here. So let's talk about windshield wipers. You want to make sure you have plenty of blade left on your wipers. A telltale sign that they need to be replaced is if you hear grinding when you turn them on, or if you see a line that is starting to form where it is actually carving a groove through your glass. Never a good idea. So always want to make sure that you replace those. It's wintertime. Obviously, you should make sure you want to do this even if you're not traveling. Let's go inside. All right, as you can see, we are inside of Beastie. A very good point is to check your heater. It's wintertime, so you want to make sure that your heater works. Now, here's the trick. Don't just come out and turn your car on and turn your heater on and thinking that's going to work. My suggestion to you would be to turn your heater on and to drive around. If you notice that when you're driving, it's not as hot as the heater should be, there's a chance that your thermostat is stuck open. So you want to make sure you want to check that. Obviously, because it's wintertime, I'm pretty sure everybody else has, but always make sure that you are checking your heater while the vehicle is running. Last and finally, let's go back outside for our final check. So if you have daytime running lights, obviously it is a good time to make sure that they are all running. I would tell you that you can always check them by turning on all your lights and parking in front of a shaded wall to make sure all your lights are running. If you have a truck or SUV, make sure that both your headlights, your high beams, your turn signals, and your fog lights are working in the front. And if you would also check your back, make sure that you check the turn signals and your brakes. Make sure that all those lights are running. Of course, I wired my truck lights. No, not my truck lights. My tailgate light bar. I ran that, and that's LEDs. And I also put in my license plate lights in there, so I thoroughly checked them out. So I am good to go. Hopefully this was informative for you. And now it's time to go back to enjoy step number 1. Okay, so hey, you are now ready to ride. So whether you are going down the street or across country, you now know what you need to do to have your vehicle ready. So obviously it is a new day. I am on my coffee. Got to know I like a little bit of coffee with my creamer. Don't judge me. So here's to you all. I will see you next week. In case I don't, happy holidays from Stu and Beastie. You know, I should make some merch that has Stu and Beastie on a mug. Not a bad idea. Happy holidays.